Athletes, welcome back. Your order is up. The barbecue honey wings are here, and we got Philip and Laura. We've got a 15-minute AMRAP coming your way, so it's gonna be moderate pace all the way through, keeping it steady. We got line hops, we got modified line hops, we got sit-ups, quarter sit-ups, and we've also got banded strict press and pike push-ups, which we're gonna show you some modifications for. Get your carrots and celery. The wings are coming your way. Warm-up's up next. Athletes, your warm-up is here. We've got 10 seconds when I can get the, we really need to put into the budget to get a better remote. Now it's working. We got 10 seconds. We've got 5 and 3, 2, 1. We are going into our press variations. So Philip is gonna grab his band. We're gonna have Laura go down to the floor and go into hand release push-ups. Now, for the workout today, we are doing pike push-ups as prescribed. Laura is gonna modify to a hand release push-up. When we're going into a pike push-up, if you're doing this variation on your own, you are gonna go into a pike position. From here, when I come down, I shift my body weight towards my toes, touching my head to the floor, and then press my head back through my arms. If that is too difficult, what you can do is, if you have equipment, you can grab dumbbells, sit on the floor, you can press overhead, or we can modify to the equipment-free version, which is gonna be that hand release push-up. The next thing we have are alternating V-ups, so both athletes are down on the ground. We are not gonna get on our ab mats for this one because it can be a little uncomfortable going through V-ups, so we're gonna go opposite hand to opposite foot. When we go through here, I'm looking for 5 reps on each side. We're warming that core up. Now you could do some sit-ups during this time, but I wanna save those reps for the workout. So with our V-ups, we're just getting that core woken up. We're going opposite hand, opposite foot. You can modify your range of motion and go to your knees if you want to. It's whatever you feel most comfortable with. From there, we're gonna stand up and we're gonna go into ankle circles. So for your ankle circles, you're gonna take one foot, put it in front of you. You can go around in one direction, around the other. Laura had taken her toes and put them back behind her. You can use this as the assisted version if we don't have anything that we can hang on to help us keep our balance. We're gonna go roughly 5 to 10 circles on each side, each direction. Once we get out of that, we are gonna go into our variation of our line hops. So Laura has her line here. We've got Philip doing his modified line hops. And during these modified line hops, we wanna stay active. So I'm gonna have Philip get down for me, acting like I'm gonna run full speed at him and try to knock him over, and he's not letting me move him. So he gets into this position. We've got Laura doing our non-rebound line hops. If you wanna do your rebound version, show us what the rebound version is, just like that, and relax. We're gonna go back to the top, so we are going back into our press variations. So with this, I'm not trying to wear you out. I don't wanna use all those good reps during the warm-up, but I wanna make sure that our band tension is gonna be correct. And if you're using a band, always inspect it for tears, rips, or fraying, because we don't want that to snap on you mid-workout. If you're doing your push-ups, Laura is doing push-ups to her knees and full length. So she's gonna mix these two up. You're gonna see a variation there. I would like you to do full length as much as you possibly can, but use those knee push-ups when you need to go into like a reserve power mode so you can recover and get back into it for the next round. We're gonna go into our alternating V-ups again, so back on the floor. During this round, if you wanna hit a couple sit-ups, then you are more than welcome to. For our sit-ups, you can see that Laura is sitting back. She's throwing her hands as she sits up to get that assistance. And then the full range of motion on your sit-up is shoulder going past your hip crease. So don't try to cheat that standard and bring your feet closer to your body. You gotta sit all the way up. After that, we are gonna go into our ankle circles again. So on this, if you wanna throw in some heel toe rocks on this portion, you can. We can go up to our toes, back to our heels. We can do our circles each direction on our feet. You choose the variation that you want here, because again, we're really just getting that lower body prep for when we go into our line hops, which we are going to now. And we have 10 seconds of max reps here. So I want 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 2, 1, and that is it. And we are done. We got your heart rate up. We got you moving. We got the workout coming up next. So do whatever you need to, because I need your undivided fitness attention for the next 15 minutes. We'll see you in just a moment. Workout is coming now. Athletes, the workout is here. We've got 10 seconds on the clock. You are starting with that press variation. We are going in 3, 2, 1, and let's get it. You've got your banded strict press with Philip, or you've got your pike push-up / hand release push-up variation. with Laura. Now what you'll see Laura doing is that she's going full body length here. When we switch over to our knee push-up, we go all the way down with our full body length. We press up to our knees and then straighten out. I want you to avoid warming up, so don't peel yourself off the floor. Try to keep those nice solid plank positions as we go through that, but you're gonna find that that will make you better at pressing. Our goal for today is to try to move consistently throughout this entire 15 minutes. So I want you to pick a pace during this first round that we can maintain throughout. We've got Philip doing our quarter sit-ups. Now, we've done these in the past, but with our quarter sit-ups, you're gonna take your hands, put them on your legs, and you pick a certain spot that you're gonna try to reach for. When we go through on this, Philip does a good job of not trying to reach with his neck. And what I mean by that is that if we do this and we kind of look like a chicken walking around the barnyard, we're gonna stress those neck flexors. So we wanna try to keep our head in a neutral position, and our shoulders are what are coming up to engage that core. We've got Laura going through her ab mat sit-ups. Now with the ab mat sit-ups, you don't have an ab mat at home, you can take a towel, roll it up, throw it under your low back to provide a little bit of a tactile cue that's gonna go there. That's gonna help you get to full extension and not stay in a permanently flexed position. If you're always doing GHDs at the CrossFit gym and you haven't done ab mat sit-ups in a while, they can get tough because you don't get that stretch reflex because the ground stopped you before you go into your next rep. So let's make sure we're using those arms to assist ourselves in sitting up. We've got Laura onto her line hops. We got Philip into his modified line hops. Now, for Laura's version, she's doing the rebound version. So she's going through, she's got good knees, she's got good ankles, so she can jump back and forth. If we have any issues or any prior medical history that is not conducive to jumping, then we can modify to our modified line hops, or we can do a line hop with no rebound, which she demoed right now. So it's just jumping over that line, and we're taking away that stretch reflex in the calves of hitting the ground and going right back over. Now, as soon as we get done with our modified line hops or our line hops, we're starting right back at the top of this set. Now, we're about 2 minutes into this, so if we do the math, we're thinking about getting about 7 rounds done in this entire workout. Now, it's probably not gonna be realistic to maintain that pace unless you picked a very conservative pace that you know that you can stick with the whole time, but we wanna try to stay on that 2 to 2.5 minute round time as best we can and replicate that every single time. If we started out too hot in round number 1, this is your chance. You get one do-over. You can slow it down just a little bit and find your place that you can try to maintain throughout. But I do want you looking at the clock at the end of each of those line hop sessions and see if you're staying on time, if we need to make adjustments. During this workout, the ab mats are gonna be tough, but we're not necessarily gonna get to a point where we get to failure. Our push-ups or our pike push-ups or our strict press are gonna be the places that we can get into trouble because we got low reps there, but they're difficult movements. And so if you need to break those up strategically and do a set of 5, shake your arms out, and then do another set of 5, you most definitely are welcome to. We got Laura finishing up her sit-ups. We got Philip on his modified line hop, staying in that active position. And Philip is an athlete, he's a professional, some would say. I would definitely say that, but he has located his band away from his line step up. So make sure you're always working out in a place that is going to be clear of obstructions. He's very situationally aware, so he knows exactly where that band is, but just keep that in mind when you're moving around. We got Laura back onto her line hops, doing a great job of not making contact with the line. It's all fun and games, but it is serious. If you hit that line, no rep yourself, make up that rep that did not count. We're going through on our line hops for Laura, and again, if she needs to modify at any time, she can alternate between a line hop and then a modified line hop. We talked earlier about if our calves start to blow up, we can do 10 line hops, then we can do 10 modified line hops until we get up to that total number of 45. We've got Laura going into her knee push-ups. I'm gonna challenge Laura by straightening out at the very top and give me that plank position at the top of the push-up. Then she goes back down. She's gonna press up to her knees. She's gonna straighten out at the top and then back down. We want to avoid getting into a pike position there, and I'm really just looking for a plank. So butt's not gonna go higher than our shoulders, but we're gonna get into the top of that regular push-up position. This is gonna be something this is getting tough. I know it is. Pike push-ups are no joke. Hand release push-ups are no joke. So if you guys need to break this up into sets of 5 or even sets of 2, 3, you're welcome to. But when you're resting, get off your hands. Get on your knees, shake your arms out. Make sure that you're treating your body well because it's got to work for you right now. and we are 5 minutes into this workout, so we got 10 minutes left. This is one, and hey, in Laura's words, oh Lord, we got 10, and I know that she's pumped about that 10 minutes. When we go through on a workout like this, being an athlete and knowing how to work out is great. That's like a third of what it takes to be an athlete. Learning how to pace is that other 2/3 or that other 1/3. And then learning how to recovery is your last third that you got. And then that 0.111 from where we have our 3.333 repeating percentages, that's just having a good attitude and showing up. So I would arguably say that that's the most important, but I got to do my math right, and I don't have anything to write on, so I'm doing it on the fly. But again, we know the movements and we're efficient at those. We know how to pace and we know our body, and that's a different combination of movements, a different stimulus, whether it's a 15-minute workout or a 5-minute workout, and then being able to recover. So using these times during our modified line hops to try to get our breathing back so we can get ready. We can even shake those arms out a little bit when we're doing our line step overs to get ready for our push-ups or our banded strict press. But whatever we can do, finding those small places that we can recover. Don't get into the thing of saying, man, I got 10 minutes left, what am I gonna do? You gotta be thankful for those 10 minutes because your body is doing awesome things. I got some people that are telling me that they're doing things in these classes that they never thought they would be able to. So this is the time that when it gets tough and when you're struggling because you're like, I don't know if I can do this much longer, you need to be grateful for the opportunity and what your body's doing for you right now. It may not go as fast as you want it to sometimes. It may not be as strong as you want it to sometimes. But you keep showing up to these classes, we get a little bit better each day, because if we increase that 0.1%, that's gonna add up day after day, and you know that we got plenty of these classes for you, so you can do these every single day. We've got Philip onto his quarter sit-ups. We've got Laura into her push-ups. With these push-ups, she's pushing up to her knees and straightening out, giving me a good position at the top. She's resting in her pike position, which I will allow, but I always want her pressing back into that plank position at the top. We're gonna do one more rep, and then I'm gonna have Laura rest for just a minute. We go up, and then so during this time, you shake those arms out. I don't want you guys to get into a place where you're resting on your hands, because that's more time under tension. That's just gonna keep making this harder and harder and harder. So we gotta get that rest where we can. Think about working through a quick set of push-ups, a quick set of your pike push-ups, get off your hands, shake them out, and then get right back to work. Philip is done with his quarter sit-up, and we are back to line hop. Philip's doing a good job of, we are staying on close to that 2.5 minute pace here. So I love what I'm seeing. Laura's doing a great job of modifying for these pike push-ups because again, and this is something that is like completely fine to share, she's like, pike push-ups are gonna be really difficult for me. So we find something rather than trying to grind through pike push-ups and taking 2 minutes to do that, we change it to a movement that's gonna help us get stronger with our upper body pressing, but allows us to continue to move and hit that stimulus of that constant movement, staying at a low moderate to moderate pace throughout this workout. Laura is back on to her sit-ups. We got Philip on those modified line step overs, and then we are back on to our band. We are at the 8 minute and 45 second mark. So the great news is, and the bad news is, we're more than halfway done. I'm sad because I've had more time with you than I get to have with you, but hey, we're gonna remember this whole thing. I'm thankful you guys showed up, and we're gonna make the best of this last 6 minutes that we have. So keep working, athletes. Do not try to increase the pace just yet. I know some people are raring to go. They're like, can I go now? Can I go now? No, maintain. You gotta keep holding. Give me this pace. We're gonna push in the last 90 seconds or so, and that's where we can start to ramp it up. If you guys are getting into these sit-ups and we're starting to get a little bit tight in our core and it's getting difficult during our rest time, we can flip over into a seal pose. So we get down on the floor, open up our core, and take a nice couple deep breaths, and then you get right back into those reps. We got Laura going onto her line hops again. On our line hops, we can alternate between our rebounding version, our non-rebounding version, and then we can also do those step overs. We find what's gonna allow us to keep moving through these reps. Again, I know that sometimes you get caught up in the fact, I gotta do this workout RX, I gotta do it exactly as written, and sometimes that is not the case. What's gonna be the most beneficial for us is making small modifications so that we can try to hit the stimulus for the workout versus doing exactly what's written on the sugar wad or on the whiteboard. So I want you guys to make sure that you are listening to your body and you're modifying as we need to, because in the long run, that's what's gonna get you better. If you're doing a workout that is way above your skill level and you can only maintain it for like 30 seconds, let's modify that a little bit and have that workout meet us right above where our fitness level is. And then that's where you're gonna find that adaptation and that improvement in our bodies. We are 4.5 minutes away from our final time. So Laura is evaluating her life choices before she gets into her hand release push-ups, but she's got a smile on her face the whole time. We're going through these reps again, and we're going quick through our push-ups, and then we're gonna rest. We're gonna get off those hands, shake them out, and then get right back into our next reps. Philip is back into our banded strict press. And with our banded strict press, you've got adjustments you can make there. The wider you go with your feet or how much you choke up on that band is gonna allow you to get into a position to where you can increase or decrease your resistance. If you don't have a band accessible, you can always do an object press overhead. If you're like me and you got a fat cat at home, you can take your cat and you can press your cat, because that'd be like a 1 rep max with me and Loki, because he's a big cat. We got Philip back to our quarter sit-ups. We've got Laura onto the remaining reps in this push-up. And as a disclaimer, do not use your cat as an exercise implement. I always have to do this, because if I see that on social media, I cannot take personal responsibility. I do not condone that. So use like a water jug or something. But Loki likes working out with me, but he does his own stuff. We just work out together. So we got Laura back into her sit-ups. We got Philip on these quarter sit-ups. And again, I know that this is a lot of volume. You're asking me right now, why are we doing 15 minutes? And I will tell you why. We gotta do these longer workouts sometimes so that we can hit those different metabolic pathways. And it's a fancy way of saying we're trying to make you better all the way around. Some of our workouts are gonna be hard and fast, others are gonna be low and slow. So this is like the slow cooker version of your fitness right now. We're taking you, we're putting you in that fitness slow cooker, and we're just working at a nice, easy intensity that we can maintain. I would like to see that movement continue, because guess what? We got 2.5 minutes left, and you know that I'm gonna start getting frantic in like a minute. It's gonna be where you're on the last lap of Mario Kart and that music speeds up and you get anxiety for no reason. I don't want you to have anxiety. I just want you to see how you can push yourself in this final 90 seconds, and I'm gonna ramp it up with you. So I want athletes to take a nice deep breath, get yourself prepared. We got Laura finishing up with our sit-ups. We got Philip on his line step overs, and we have 2 minutes left. You got 30 seconds to figure out what that new pace is that you're gonna find. And what I wanna see is that if we put you on a chart, that intensity is going to increase over that 90 seconds. So we're starting out with a little bit higher than what we've maintained here, and then we're gonna finish as fast as we can at the very end. You guys have another 10 seconds, and then we're gonna start to get to that hill and ramp our way up. We've got 5 seconds, and 3, 2, 1, and begin to speed up for me right now. So this is it. I want minimal breaks here. We got 90 seconds of work. 90 seconds is less than a commercial that you would see on TV, where now they've started putting that on Netflix, which I don't agree with, but that's a different point and not the right platform for this. But I want you guys to move for me. We can't skip ads right now because we are going all the way through this 90 seconds, and we only have 65 seconds left, and you were doing so good. So go ahead and give me a little bit more right now. I'm gonna have Philip speed up on these sit-ups. I'm gonna have Laura speed up on our sit-ups that we have, her favorite movement to end on. I want you guys to move for me because right now we got 50 seconds left. So there's no breaks at this point. I need constant movement. If you're switching between your movements, you gotta be quick. We got Philip on that skier where he is going back and forth, looking like he's going down the slopes of the Alps right now. We got Laura doing her sit-ups and throwing those arms as we sit up, touching those feet. We got 30 seconds left. Where did the time go? I need you guys to move for me. Laura, keep going. We're getting every single rep in that we can. Touch that ground behind your head, Laura. I'm gonna get back there. I'll give you a high five. Let's go. Come on, you got 20 seconds all the way back. There we go. We've got 15 seconds. Give me a high five in the back. We're almost there. That's it. We got 12 seconds. Keep going. Philip's getting on his band. There's no excuses right now. Get those final reps in 5 seconds. And 3, 2, 1. That is it. we are completely done. That was 15 minutes of fitness that you just dominated. So great job, athletes. Philip, awesome job. Laura, fantastic job. Athletes, I'm so proud of you for sticking with us all the way through. You got your cool down coming up next, so stick around. Athletes, I want to tell you, it's been a great day of fitness, and I'm so pumped that you guys joined us once again for another great session. Now, I got to tell you the word 7-day free trial, because we've got it right now at Mayhem Athlete that you can start your fitness journey, whether you want to be a little bit better each day to tackle what life throws your way, or make it all the way to the competition floor. You'll find athletes like Philip, athletes like Laura, and a variety of other athletes that will push you towards your goal, and most importantly, make sure you have a fun time while you're doing it. So join us today, get on the journey to become a better version of yourself. We would love to have you. Now, serious time, as always, you got your cool down listed here. Your body just took care of you, so you gotta take your body to the body shop and take care of your body. And as always, be good, be kind, and join us again for another great day of fitness.